everyone and welcome. Today's project is going to be a quick release buckle collar. I am using a 1-inch nickel plated quick release buckle as well as a 1-inch nickel plated O-ring. The cords that I'm going to be using today are, I have an acid purple that is hooked up to the double cow's hitch. If you're not familiar with how to do a double cow's hitch, I will leave a link below. I show you guys how to do it on a quick release buckle and how to do it on an adapter. And if you're not familiar with how to hook it up to your jig, I do go over that as well. The other cords that I will be using are, so again, I am using 550 paracord in acid purple for the double cow's hitch. I'm also going to be using lavender in 550, white in 550. I'm using 275 in acid purple, and I am using a hollow 4mm glitter cord in purple. I will also be using these purple transparent beads. Everything that I have shown you today I will have listed below if you are interested in buying it. The first cord that I'm going to add is the lavender cord, and what I'm going to do with this cord is I'm going to loosen up my cow's hitches just a little bit, and I'm going to take my lavender cord, and I'm going to just put it right through these two cow's hitches. I am using a paracord needle. If you don't have one, that's quite alright. You can melt the top of your cord to make a hard cap to push it through. So all I'm going to do is go right through the center of both of these cow's hitches. Just like that. I'm going to pull this to the other side and bring the middle of the cord to the top of my work. The next cord that I'm going to add is the glitter cord, and what I want to do here is the same thing that I just did with the lavender cord. I'm just going to go right through those two cow's hitches again, bring the cord to the other side, and bring the middle of the cord to the top of my work. The next cord that I'm going to add is the white, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go underneath these two middle stitches. So what I'm going to do is go in between this first cow's hitch on my right. I'm going to go underneath these two stitches towards the left and come up the second cow's hitch in the middle. So I'm going to go in the middle of the first cow's hitch on the right, go underneath the two stitches, come up through the second cow's hitch, bring this cord also to the other side, and bring the middle of the cord to the top of my work. And the last cord is the 275 acid purple, and what I'm going to do here is the same thing that I just did with the white. I am going to go in between the first cow's hitch underneath those two stitches towards the left, come up the second cow's hitch, bring this cord to the middle, or bring the cord to the other side and bring the middle of it to the top of my work. Once you have all of your cords to the middle at the top of your work, you can roll up some of your ends. You can roll up your acid purple that you did the double cow's hitch with, as well as the lavender cord. You can roll up those as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my O-ring at the top of my work. And I'm going to start off on my right side. And what I want to do is I want to go underneath this first cord that is on my right side, right up the middle, and then over that second cord. So I'm going to take my acid purple on my right side. I'm going to go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the acid purple on my left side and go underneath the cord that I just worked. I'm going to go underneath this first cord, now that is on my left side, right up the middle, and then over that second cord that is on my right. I'm going to take now my lavender on my right side, and I'm going to go underneath all of my work and right up the middle, and then I'm going to go down this loop that I just created on my right side. So take your lavender on your right, go underneath, right up the middle, and then go down that loop on your right. Take the one on your left now. You're going to go again underneath, right up the middle, but you're going to go down this loop that you made on your left side. So go underneath, right up the middle, and then down that loop on your left. And now I'll take that clip off. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take my glitter cord on my right. I'm going to push it through the O-ring. So you have these two horizontal purple, acid purple cords right directly in the middle of your work. You can pull up on those a little bit. And you're going to take your O-ring and put that right next to it. What you're going to do now with your glitter cord on your right side is you're going to go over these two horizontal purple cords that we just pulled up on. You're going to go underneath the O-ring. You're going to come up through the middle, but you're going to be on the right side of your glitter cord. So take your glitter cord on the right that you just pushed through the O-ring, go around those two horizontal cords, underneath the O-ring, come up through the middle, but then just put it on the right side of your working cord and just pull that up. Next, we're going to take the glitter cord that is on your left side, and you're going to put that through the O-ring. Now you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to be on the left side of your working cord. So what you want to do is you're going to go around those two horizontal pieces, around the bottom part of the O-ring. You're going to come up through the middle, but then you want to be on that left side of your working cord. So take that left cord, go around those two horizontal pieces and the bottom part of the O-ring, come up through the middle, and then just put it on the left side of your working cord and pull that up and through. Now with the white cord on your right side, you're going to push that through the O-ring. You're going to do the same thing that you did with the glitter cord on your right. You're going to go around those two horizontal cords. You're going to go around the bottom part of the O-ring. You're going to come up through the middle, but you want to be on that right side of your working cord. It gets a little congested here, and it's going to get even worse as we keep on going with the cords, but once we're done with the O-ring, we don't have to worry about it, and it gets a lot easier to weave. So take that white right cord that you just pushed through the O-ring, go around those two horizontal pieces and the O-ring. At this time, the O-ring and those two horizontal pieces are stuck together because of the glitter cord, so it does make that part a little bit easier, but it's still very congested, so just be careful where you're placing your cord. So you went around those two horizontal pieces, you went around the bottom part of the O-ring, you're coming up through the middle, but then you want to be on that right side of your working cord. Pull that up and through. Take the white on the left side now and put that through the O-ring. Now you're going to go around those two horizontal pieces again, the bottom part of the O-ring, come up through the middle, but you want to be on that left side of your working cord. So go around, those two horizontal pieces and the O-ring, come up the middle, but you want to be on that left side of your working cord. Pull that up and through. And for the 275 cord, we're just going to repeat those steps. Take the one on the right, put it through the O-ring. You're going to go around those two horizontal pieces, around the bottom part of the O-ring. You're going to come up through the middle. But you want to be on that right side of your working cord. And then pull that up and through. Take the one on the left now, go through that O-ring. You're going to go around those two horizontal pieces, around that O-ring, come up through the middle, but you want to be on that left side of your cord. So come up through the middle, then put it on the left side of your working cord, pull that up and through. Now we can tighten it up. As you're tightening it up, you can push through the glitter, the white, and the 275 cord through the O-ring. That will help you smooth everything out as you're tightening it up. Now that I have everything tight, you can roll up your ends. You want to roll up everything except for the 275 cord. That cord we are going to leave loose so we can put the beads on. And once we have everything nice and tight at the top, we can start again. I want to be starting off on my right side with my acid purple. And what I want to do is I want to go underneath this first ring, right up the middle, over the second ring. So I'm going to go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. Take the acid purple on your left side now and go underneath the cord that you just worked. You're going to go underneath that first cord, which is your left cord. And you're going to go right up the middle and then over your right cord. So underneath, right up the middle, and then over. Next, I'm going to take my lavender, and what I want to do here is, again, I'm going to go underneath all my work, right up the middle with my right cord, and go down this loop on my right side. So take your lavender on your right side, go underneath, right up the middle, and then down that loop on your right side. Take your lavender on your left now, and again you're going to go underneath your work. So you go underneath, right up the middle, and down that loop that's on your left side. So go underneath, right up the middle, and down this loop on your left side. So next I'm going to find these two horizontal purple pieces, and I'm going to pick up on them. They're directly in the middle. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glitter cord on my right side, and I'm going to go over and around those two cords and out the right. So go over and around and out the right. Next I'm going to take my glitter cord on my left side, and I'm going to go around those two horizontal pieces again, but I'm going to come out the left. So take the one on your left, go over and around and out the left. I'm going to do the same thing that I just did with the glitter cord with the white cord. I'm going to go with the right white cord. I'm going to go over and around and out the right. So go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left now and go over and around, but you're going to go out the left. So take the white on the left side and go over and around and out the left. And for the 275 cord, we are going to take the one on the right. We're going to go over those two horizontal pieces and out the right. So go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left, and then you can tighten it up. Once we have it tight, we're going to start again. We're going to start on our right, and we're going to take our acid purple on the right, and we're going to go underneath the first cord, right up the middle, over the second cord. Take the one on the left, go underneath the cord that you just worked, and then you're going to go underneath the first cord, right up the middle, and then over. Now you're going to take your lavender pink, now you're going to take your lavender, and you're going to go underneath your work, right up the middle, and then down that loop on your right. Take the one on the left, go underneath your work, right up the middle, and then down that loop that is on your left. Find those two horizontal pieces that are in the middle and pick up on them. Take your glitter cord that is on your right side. You're going to go over those horizontal pieces, around and out the right. Take the one on the left. You're going to again go over and around but out the left. Take your white that is on your right now, go over those horizontal pieces, around and out the right. Take your one on your left, go over and around but out the left. And now we're going to put on our first bead. So your bead is going to go on both 275 cords. So once you have your bead on, make sure that your cords aren't crisscrossed in any way. And then you're just going to continue the same weave. You're going to take your 275 on your right side, go over and around those two horizontal pieces and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left, and then you can tighten it up. So I went down a little bit further so you guys could see a bigger picture done, and this is what the pattern is starting to look like for this collar. I am going down 2 weaves in between each bead, and I'm going to continue this pattern all the way down till I get to the end, and then I'll show you guys how I do my tie off and what it looks like when it's completely done. Alright, so I'm at the end of my collar and I took it off the jig, and now we can weave in the top cords. And I'm going to be weaving in the glitter cord, the white, and the 275 cord. The other ones I will cut and melt where they are. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the glitter cord on both sides and the white on both sides, and I am going to put it through this gap that I have right here in between my work and my 2 cow's hitches. I'm just going to go in that gap with all of those cords from front to back, and I'll do the rest. For the 275 cord, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through this small hole that you have in between the 2 cow's hitches. I'm going to go through that hole with both of those cords from front to back. Once you have that taken care of, we can cut and melt our ends. So I'm going to start on my side, and I'm going to cut about a quarter of the way up from the collar. So I'm going to go about a quarter of an inch up. I'm going to cut both of them. I'm going to fray them out. And I'm gonna melt both of them. I'm gonna melt them one at a time, and I'll start with the top one. I'm gonna melt this one. And then I'm going to squish the knife down on top of it. I'll do the next cord. I'm going to squish that down as well. And I will do the same on the opposite side. Okay, once you have the two sides done, now we can start on the middle cords. The glitter cord, because it's gutted, it doesn't melt. All it does is catch on fire. So I am going to cut probably double the length on the glitter cord. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white cord now, and I'm going to cut this one a little bit shorter. I'm going to fray it out really good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt the white cord. So I'm going to hold this one down a little bit. I'm going to melt this white cord, and I'm going to squish that on top of the glitter cord to help hold the glitter cord in place. So I'm going to get this really hot, really melty. And then I'm going to squish that down right on top of the glitter cord. So what I did was I melted the white cord, and I kind of put it halfway on the glitter cord and halfway off the glitter cord so it will stick. I'm going to do the same for the opposite side. And this time I'm actually going to I'm not going to cut the glitter cord until after I do the white. So this way I have a little bit of extra to hold. And I'm just okay, I'm gonna melt it and then squish it down. I'm gonna put it half on the glitter cord, half on the other side. Perfect. And now I can cut this cord. And for the 275 cord, I'm just going to cut them about the same length and do the same thing. Once you have this done, I really highly suggest that you put, I use Gorilla Glue, clear non-foaming Gorilla Glue, and I'm going to put it all in this in general area, and that's just going to help that glitter cord stay in place. The glitter cord, like I said, unfortunately you can't melt it. It will catch on fire, and you don't want that. So it can be a little bit tricky to get it to stick to the back side of the collar. So I do suggest using clear non-foaming Gorilla Glue. It's waterproof. I've never had any problems with anything coming apart that I know of. Nobody's ever said anything to me. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to, like I said, put it all in this general area. And it is waterproof, like I said. You don't need a whole bunch, but you want to put enough, and then you're going to rub it around with your finger. And I'm just going to rub that around. And I'm going to let this dry. And once it's dry, I will show you guys what the finished look looks like.